Party time at the Riverside this morning. A 50-piece samba band and thousands of Borough fans turned up to welcome the Northeast's new Brazilian star. Smiling faces everywhere, all looking forward to their first glimpse of the world's best young footballer, Osvaldo Geraldo Jr. Juninho's first move was a skillful dummy. As the world's media crowded round the tunnel waiting for that front-page shot, he surprised everyone and appeared on the balcony of the main stand. This was the moment the Borough fans had been waiting for.
It's the half-term holidays next week, but looking around, you'd think the schools have broken up already. Today, thousands of Teesside families have decided that it's more important for their children to take part in a piece of real local history than just learn about it. Just look at the faces. They'll long remember the day they welcomed Juninho to Teesside.
It's great. I think Juninho will be very happy about it.
It's a great prospect for Middlesbrough to sign someone like this. I'm really excited to see him play.
Oh, it's magnificent. Very brilliant. Yeah. You think that it's good to play here and you just go through everyone, make goals.
Next, it was out onto the pitch, and Juninho looked like a little boy lost as he was mobbed by the waiting photographers, all wanting to capture the moment. When order was restored, another chance for the fans to greet their new hero. Then inside to face the press. The eyes of the world are on Middlesbrough. Club chairman Steve Gibson sat proudly as Juninho explained that the key reason for joining the club was their ambition and the appeal of Borough's manager Brian Robson. Robson himself was modest in reply.
Well, that's nice if my reputation is going about the world in those terms. I'm just hoping that I come up to his expectations and he comes up to my expectations. You know, when we do work together, if that happens, then I'll be a very happy manager.
Juninho has signed a 3.5-year contract and should make his debut before the end of this month. This morning, he gave us all a taste of the kind of skills we can expect when he takes the field. Brazilian footwork in a Borough shirt.
Juninho, how pleased are you by the reception that you've been given today by the supporters?
¿Y tú piensas de toda esta? ¿Te gusta la recepción?
Eu não esperava tanto carinho assim, né?
He wasn't expecting anything like this at all.
Fiquei muito contente com isso.
He's very, very happy about all this reception.
Principalmente pela comissão técnica e o Brian Robson, que é grande treinador e pode fazer desse clube grande clube a nível mundial.
With Brian Robson, he's sure that this is going to be one of the best clubs in the world, you know.
For the last few weeks, Middlesbrough fans have been pinching themselves to see, is this for real or have they just been dreaming? Well, today they've seen him. Seeing is believing. Juninho belongs to Middlesbrough.
May have been distinctly British, cold and damp, but the atmosphere was pure Brazilian as more than 4,000 eager fans went to the Riverside to catch a glimpse of their new hero. A samba band, assembled by the Cleveland College of Performing Arts, provided the sunshine beat normally associated with Rio. And when the wait was finally over and the diminutive figure of Juninho appeared, it was to salute the fans not once, but several times. First, he acknowledged their cheers from above in the main stand. Then he had to fight his way through the cameras and microphones of more than 100 media men to say hello from the pitch. After all that, it was back inside, this time for the more formal business of a press conference. It was here that manager Brian Robson spoke about his new acquisition.
People talking, you know, in this country about him settling in to the English environment, but I know he's a tough character. He wants to try and be the best player in the world, and I'm sure he'll work hard and he'll try everything within himself to try and achieve that. And as far as I'm concerned, when I've got a player who is committed like that, those are the type of players I want in my football club.
There was even time for a joke about the British climate. Would a Middlesbrough winter be too severe for the young South American?
Eu acho que deve ser frio monstruoso. Ainda não senti esse frio.
He doesn't think that in England could be that terrible, you know, different from any, you know, it's not Siberia.
That's a great answer. I was just going to say, we are at Middlesbrough, we're not on the North Pole.
Then it was another appearance on the pitch, this time in full Middlesbrough kit. He took the chance to finally get a ball at his feet and lap the pitch before showing off a few of his tricks. The welcome had been overwhelming, more than the player had ever expected.
Não esperava tanto carinho assim, né?
He wasn't expecting anything like this at all.
Fiquei muito contente com isso.
He's very, very happy about all this reception.
E espero poder retribuir todo esse carinho dentro de campo.
He hope we can do the same to the fans, that the way they express, you know, whatever,
What can you promise the fans at Teesside?
Que tu puoi promettere al fan aqui?
Eu prometo me esforçar muito dentro de campo e poder apresentar o meu melhor futebol.
He's promised, you know, he can give the best he's got, and he hopes that he can improve the football over here as well, like, you know, to improve the performance of the team as well.
Juninho returns to Brazil tomorrow while Middlesbrough sort out his work permit. It's hoped it can be secured in time for the player to make his debut in one of the biggest games of the season against Manchester United at Old Trafford a week on Saturday. Until then, the memories of today will be more than enough to keep the carnival going on Teesside.
Juninho, who was national.
The local entrepreneurs feel 1995 will eclipse 66 as a very good year. Juninho burgers served with a hot samba sauce were items on the menu for a pre-match meal. Cleveland Constabulary Mounted Division showed their unbiased colours and the sponsors arranged the fly past. And there was no doubting who everyone was there to see. So after a month of waiting, the current Brazilian Footballer of the Year made his debut in English football. All the eyes and all the lenses were on 22-year-old Osvaldo Geraldo Jr., nicknamed Juninho.
Juninho has come short for the free kick, and Pearson isn't going to turn down that kind of effort. It's the first time really that Juninho has been encouraged just to run at defenders and commit them. Fjørtoft has got in behind Jobson and didn't make the most of it. I think he might just have had a little tug at Richard Jobson's shirt. His snapshot was wild. Now Juninho. Three defenders around him. He's got away from McAllister. Fed through to Fjørtoft. Great chance for Jan-Arne Fjørtoft. It is right front. It's Fjørtoft's goal, but all the talk will be about the man who made it, Juninho. His first major contribution 10 minutes into his Middlesbrough career. An elusive little run, a perfectly weighted pass, and Jan-Arne Fjørtoft fed off the brilliance of Juninho to give Middlesbrough the lead. Hignett. Header away as far as Juninho. Lifted in towards Barbie. The flag's up here. It won't count. It won't count. Fjørtoft was the man who was offside when it came to Barbie, and was adjudged by the linesman to be interfering at that moment. Flag went up at that moment. There's Fjørtoft in the foreground, and eventually it ran for him. The goal won't stand. Now Juninho. 3 up in support of him. Fjørtoft. Full hold of that one. Hadn't scored for more than 6 weeks before that. Opener from Juninho's through ball. Now McAllister. This is Whelan. He's got support from Palmer and from Dean. Here's Dean. And leads a level. Stoppage time at the end of the first half, and Brian Dean has scored his first goal of the season to put Leeds on terms. Well-engineered break, Whelan's cross beyond Carlton Palmer, and Dean didn't make any sort of firm contact with it, knocked it into the ground, but it bounced and bumbled its way into the net. Juninho's mother and father watching proudly. Yeboah. Foul by Juninho. Oh, and he's going to get a yellow card here. Barmby nicely into the path of Pollock. One back there by Worthington. McAllister with a shot. Oh, needed a really good save from Walsh. Audacious attempt from Gary McAllister. Brilliantly executed by the Leeds skipper, and full marks to Gary Walsh because he reacted so quickly. Juninho is away from Pemberton. He's away from Weatherall. Juninho! Exhilarating run. Was slightly off balance when he tried to apply a finishing touch. Middlesbrough are bringing Juninho's debut to a premature end. It ends with a standing ovation from the fans. This whole adventure has been a draining experience for a man of only 22 years. A lot of emotion, a lot of travel, but he's made an impact.
The lads had to put up with a lot, plus the travelling over from Brazil, and you know whether he was going to get his clearance through in time. So the lads had a lot on his mind, but he showed me enough in the first half, you know, that he'll excite us.
It was nice to bed him in with a contribution to the first goal in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was a great ball through for Jan Fjortoft. But then after that, he made another couple of lovely little balls through. It'll be interesting to see on TV if Nick Barmby was offside when Jan Fjortoft scored the second one.
Pressure today, everybody expected him to do well, and everything was set up for him to do well. I mean, with the Samba orchestra and all the Juninho shirts around. So I felt a bit sorry for him before the game, but I mean, he's an international, he knows how to handle things, and he sure did.